live with every breath. See my message start to spread, and I had so many dreams. Then you hit your teens, life ain't really what it seems. Try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do. Always do it on my own, so I got always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do.
You're like the unappreciated scholars, so you shit on the people who know less than you. Oh, which is everybody. Yeah.
Hey, what was that?
I love that clip. You ever seen that movie, High Fidelity?
I have not, but I should.
It's great.
My buddies always tell me, Mike, or Julio, you would like that. You'd like it. It's right up your alley. You'd love it. So
oh yeah, he owns a record store, but he's a complete jerk.
Sounds great.
And he's like, you guys think you guys are? I'll play it again.
You're like the unappreciated scholars, so you shit on the people who know less than you. Oh, which is everybody. Yeah.
The unofficial scholars.
I'll have to check that movie out. It sounds like I'd like it.
It's he talks to the camera like it's like it's his side of the story. Is he talking to the camera? And then he gets himself in situations, and he owns a record store, and the people, Jack Black and the other guy, just show up. Like he hired him for like 2 days, and they just keep showing up. You know what I mean? Like
who's it? Is that John Cusack?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I like him.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't like his politics, but his movie choices are pretty funny. Okay, so we're gonna get into Mr. Evel Knievel. Now we're gonna learn. I got a documentary or two, and then I've got some interviews, and I got a couple of the jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff kind of overlaps, so it's like I don't want to keep playing the same information. So it's like, I remember Evel Knievel when I was a little kid. Like he was a big deal. Like he would be on national TV doing his jumps. Everybody thought he was absolutely out of his freaking mind.
Yeah.
But they also wanted to see if he would actually do what he said he was going to do.
Oh, sure.
Like jump the Grand Canyon or jump buses and all this other stuff. Like it was weird how everybody was like, this guy is a kook, but we love him at the same time.
The lovable kook. That's accurate. That's how I remember. I know I'm a little older than you, but he was huge when I was a kid too. He was massive, and he would be on Wide World of Sports. Would play some of his jumps. One of his jumps, as I'm sure we'll talk about later, was a pay-per-view. Like you had to buy it to watch it.
Yeah, and it was a big deal.
And he had a jump he did in Wembley Stadium in front of 90,000 people. Which
and
to me is
insane. Grand Canyon. He jumped all kinds of stuff.
Well, he didn't jump to Grand Canyon. He wanted to jump the Grand Canyon, but the National Guard or whatever, they wouldn't let him do it because it was in restricted airspace. Seriously. So he had to change over to the Snake Canyon.
It was restricted airspace.
That's what they said, yeah.
So, but it's pretty wild that nobody under the age of 35 knows who Evel Knievel is.
No, he was a phenom back then. He was and one of a kind.
Yeah, one of a kind dude. And like I said, people thought he was a kook, and you're gonna see that in some of the stuff that we watch, where they love him and they respect what he's trying to do, but they also recognize the dude is kind of a weirdo.
Right, he's batshit insane. I mean, he wants to jump the Grand Canyon. That automatically, I'm like, well, he's a nut.
And then there was all kinds of merchandise. I remember going to the store and Evel Knievel toys. So like it was a phenomenon that people loved.
There was a bumper sticker that I'm pretty sure is Evel Knievel inspired from back then. It was a number 1, but inside the 1 it was Stars and Stripes, and I think they got that off of his motorcycle that he rode. And it was on like half the cars on the planet. Everybody had a number 1 Evel Knievel little bumper sticker.
Oh, I believe it. Absolutely. Okay, so let me share the tab. Okay, so let's watch us some little Evel Knievel.
All right. Okay, so Viva Knievel was a movie, I believe, that he was in.
There is in medical circles a widely accepted theory that the very act of taking a risk can improve one's physical and mental well-being. If that theory is true, this man should be very healthy indeed, for he has taken more chances more spectacularly than just about any other mortal within memory. In the process, he has broken his pelvis, his hip, his foot, his hand, his wrist, and his back. And for good measure, he has fractured his nose and sustained a severe concussion. Despite his injuries, he is not only hale and hearty, but is appearing in a movie. His name, of course, is Evel Knievel, and the movie in which he is both subject and star is Viva Knievel. The movie deals with a double challenge, the most dangerous motorcycle jump of Evel's career, and a vicious international drug ring which attempts to murder Knievel and then uses death as a cover in a scheme to smuggle drugs from Mexico into the United States. Now,
that was Leslie Nielsen, yeah?
I think so. I think you're right.
Look like him.
It's hard to watch this guy crash.
Fear, and a vicious international drug ring which attempts to murder Knievel and then uses death as a cover in a scheme to smuggle drugs from Mexico into the United States.
That is Leslie Nielsen.
Yep. You are right.
It's crazy how big of a deal Evel Knievel was.
Yeah, you had to be there.
What was that?
You had to be there for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, people nowadays, they've got parkour, and they've got other people that do stunts and stuff. This is like our version of parkour back in the day.
Kinda, yeah.
And because there was only 3 stations, this was a big deal. And everybody would tune in to watch Evel Knievel do a jump, and hopefully he made it. Sometimes he did, and sometimes he didn't.
Yep. I don't know which is more fun.
Now that tire's got to go flat the instant that Knievel has completed his jump.
You saw it just happen. The film stars Gene Kelly, Red Buttons, Lauren Hutton, Leslie Nielsen, Cameron Mitchell, Eric Olson, Albert Salmi, Frank Gifford, and Marjo Gortner as Jesse.
Being associated with Cheryl Corwin and the people at Warner Brothers and the people on this picture, I don't think a guy like me could help but be a success, because they kind of make you, they make you one even if you aren't. And in my case, they're trying to make a racehorse out of a jackass, but I think they're going to get the job done.
I think the good things going to this picture the fact that we have so many different types in it. It's a potpourri of different people.
Director Gordon Douglas is in charge of this potpourri, and one of his main ingredients is star red buttons.
2005, after advance. Same guarantee you asked for, you got it.
What about the money you owe me for those bleacher seats you sold I haven't been paid for after the last jump?
What is this? Judgment Day? That's over right now. I am good and sick and tired of having rocks thrown at me. I've taken just about all I'm going to take from this outfit.
No pay, no evil.
This movie looks awesome.
The acting is stellar.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, all you got to do is ask, that's all. Yeah. Here you are. Here, 1, 2, 3. It wasn't a sellout, you know.
Even though it looked like fake money. See how like
Yeah.
it's like thin paper.
Looking for the choo-choo trains on it.
During the filming of Viva Knievel, we talked with Gene Kelly and others about the fine old art of taking chances.
The idea of risking is a special thing for special people. Bigger risk in making movies than it is in the average commerce that one undertakes every day in everyday business. I was a gymnast, and whenever I can grab anything with my hands, I'm safe.
Reminds me a little bit of when I used to play football because everything is so sharp, everything is so tuned, it's like an instrument. And I think that can only take place when there is a risk involved.
But
He was married to Kathy Lee Griffin.
Yep.
Gifford. She was so hot back in the day. My
He was a
God.
hottie. He did all right, and then he cheated on her.
Which is weird. She was like when she was younger. When she was older, she was pretty. But when she was younger, she was smoking hot.
Yeah.
the champion risk taker of all time, at least in the world of sport, is undoubtedly Robert Craig Knievel.
I never understood that, where you have like a really, really attractive girl and you cheat on her. Okay.
Well, I don't get why you. I'm Mr. Loyal. I think cheating on your spouse is disgusting. But in some instances, maybe they're just so insufferable. Doesn't matter how hot they are.
I mean, it's possible, but I'm just saying, she was ridiculously hot.
Yeah. Where's the hot crazy chart guy?
Yeah,
in Matrix.
Where's Homath at?
Are Knievel's fans drawn by a desire to cheer him on or to watch him die?
50% of the people go to pull for you, and they don't want you to get.
It's a real
That's
question.
by being very crass. Like, is he going to make it or is he going to die?
Well, that's like people who watch NASCAR for the car crashes. Some people are like that.
That's true. But unfortunately, that was the risk, and people were okay with it as long as he was okay with it.
Yeah, whatever. It's on him.
Yeah.
And they love it when you live. 30% go not wanting to see an accident or see you get killed, but they don't want to miss it if it does happen. 20% go, I think, to see death. And not that they really want to see it.
Evel Knievel has risked his life
See, he recognized that.
Mm-hmm.
on every jump he has ever made. Why?
You know, there's a genuine cult in America, rightfully so, to believe in the things that he does, and the courage that he has.
The courage that he has was vivid.
I don't appreciate that guy calling me part of the cult, because I liked him when I was a little kid.
Yeah. All the kids liked him.
So it was a kid cult? Come on, man. Clean it up.
Right. How dare you?
vividly demonstrated by his near disastrous crash at Wembley Stadium in London. Suffering from serious injuries sustained in his fall, Knievel insisted on walking out of the stadium. This is the studio's reenactment of the scene that occurred in Wembley Stadium. This is what it looked like when it happened. Evel's pain was obvious as he was helped down the ramp. But what made him risk further injury by refusing to be carried from the stadium? Was it pride? Was it showmanship? Or was it his way of saying thank you to the 82,000 people who came to see?
He's a tough son of a bitch. I know that.
Yeah, when he got in that crash, he had a broken pelvis from that jump, and he walked out. And they asked, why'd you do that? He goes, well,
Basically, like right here?
no, pelvis.
Broken?
Pelvis. Hips.
Pelvis. Oh, hip. Okay.
Yep. So, and they asked him, why didn't you just go on a stretcher? He goes, I walked in this place. I'm walking out of it. I'm like, that's fucking badass, dude. Love it.
Dude, yeah. I mean, you had to be tough to be that crazy.
Yeah.
Him jump. What makes the fans so loyal to Evel? And what makes Evel so loyal to his fans?
I worked in the copper mines for years, and I quit school and went to work in the mines. I went in the Army and came back out and worked in the mines again. I smile when people ask me for an autograph, and I thank God for it because I had trouble getting my checks cashed when I come up out of those mines.
Do you think he had like an everyman quality to him as well?
I think
he did talk about that a lot, about being kind of a regular Joe until he started doing his Evel Knievel stuff.
As a kid, I viewed him more like a real life superhero, really.
Yeah.
Like a Marvel character, but an actual guy. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Even with
you never viewed him as like an every Joe. He was like a superhero to you?
No, I was only like, whatever.
Yeah, 8. A little kid.
Yeah, so he was just like bigger than life. Like even the suits he wore, little jumpsuits with all the stars and stripes, he looked like he came straight out of a comic book.
Yeah, very, very Elvis-esque.
Absolutely Elvis. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell he was definitely inspired by Elvis.
Oh yeah.
Let alone have signed an autograph for people, so that might be the philosophy that I have.
He has something that communicates to fans in the stadium, wherever it might be, that they like him. They like him very much.
All I know is that he's some kind of a folk hero to my children, and they begged me to do this film. It's a real change of pace for me.
And?
Sounds like Gene Kelly is hedging his bets on this film. He's like, well, my kids made me do it, so I mean, don't blame me.
I mean, Gene Kelly's kids think he's a folk hero. I mean,
that's a perfect way to put it.
We weren't wrong for feeling the same way as a little kid.
Dude, everybody in my elementary school loved Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
You come into school on Monday after the weekend, Wide World of Sport. Hey, did you see that jump? That was crazy.
Yeah, did you see that? It's crazy, yeah.
I'm Tommy, your son. I'm through with school. I graduated.
Graduated? From what, kindergarten?
I was going to say, how old is that kid to be graduating?
That's what Gene Kelly just said. What the fuck? You graduated from kindergarten? What are you talking about, you little shit? Graduated. Fuck you.
What do you mean you graduated?
Our school only goes up to 6th grade. I'm ready for junior high now.
All right.
Oh.
I'm glad to meet you.
I never liked this whole graduating from kindergarten, graduating from elementary school.
Nah.
It's ridiculous.
Yep. High school and college. That's what you graduate from.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I've heard anyway. I didn't do either.
But you can't say you graduated and then you're back in school 4 months later. You know what I mean? Like
that's a good point.
It's final. Like I graduated from high school. It's over. I don't have to frickin' show up.
I'm retiring from school.
I'm retiring from high school. College. I don't have to show up to college anymore.
I retired from high school in 10th grade.
You just stopped showing up?
Pretty much. It was funny. I stopped showing up, so they expelled me for not being there. And I'm
That's
like, well,
why you didn't okay.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. My mom's like, I hope you're happy. You got expelled. I'm like, oh, actually, I'm kind of happy. It's cool.
You know, playing a grease monkey isn't exactly working with Fred Astaire.
Okay, he seems like he's an asshole. So Grease Monkey, the other guy said that we were in a cult for like an Evel Knievel.
Are they paying him? They're paying him. You say like, yeah, I'm excited about this movie. It's going to be awesome. That Evel Knievel, he's going to jump shit. I know I'm Gene Kelly. I'm known for dancing, but I'm trying to expand my horizons. And he's
Even
just
though
shitting
I
on the
heard
movie.
Gene Kelly was a fucking prick.
Is that right?
Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know.
Yeah,
Good
I heard
dancer.
he was a kind of a prick, but we'll see. Drunk, big time.
Well,
Danny Kaye, same thing.
He's always very conscious about what kids think about him. That part I really respect him because he really cares about kids and people in that.
I think it's a real disaster to put a young child, whether it be a boy or girl, on a motorcycle on the streets. I think that is a terrible mistake. And I think that anybody that rides a motorcycle without a helmet on is committing the biggest mistake they could possibly commit. I think it's a shame. The greatest compliment in life anyone can pay you is trying to be like you. I've had a lot of kids try and be like me and do what I do, and I don't say that's all so bad. I'm telling them not to do it to the extent that I do it.
So many people get hurt skiing because they don't belong on that particular hill. So many people get hurt riding motorcycles because they don't belong on a motorcycle. So I guess it's preparation, having your act together and knowing what you're doing. Having your act together is tremendously important in a picture like Viva Knievel, since it involves stunts of unusual difficulty.
What's going on right there?
I don't know. It's turned into a sci-fi movie. Like an alien just showed up.
No, like, okay, so he's wearing this, and the people right next to him are wearing shorts and T-shirts.
Yeah, they're not worried.
They're not worried. Why is this guy worried?
Dude, you're a little overdressed.
And danger. In this film,
I mean, and I would get so excited when he landed. It's like he made it. He made it. Like it was a phenomenon that like it sucked when he crashed because sometimes he did, but then when he made it, it was like a big deal.
Sometimes he did both. Sometimes he made the jump and then killed himself
Afterwards,
falling
like,
off the bike. Yeah.
daring motorcycle stunts are not the only problems for Evel Knievel.
All you've done since I've been here is try to convince Tom that you should have been his dad, not Will.
Oh, what do you know about it? That's a lie.
That's a fact. And I want you to know something. I think you're both the worst. Real nothings.
And I think that it's going to
She was pretty hot back in the day too.
Lauren Hutton, sure.
work out well.
The acting was still not that good.
No.
I mean, how much could he actually rely on Evel Knievel to give you an Academy Award-winning performance acting?
Well, that's why they surrounded him with all these Lauren Hutton,
That's
fucking
true.
Leslie Nielsen, Gene Kelly, all these fools.
A bunch of legends. Like, okay, this guy he can't put two words together, so we're gonna.
Yeah.
Because this time his brain's got to be scrambled eggs at this point, right?
You would think so.
If any man has ever paid a price for the success he has achieved, it is Evel Knievel. Snake River Canyon, fractured nose.
If I'd have made all those jumps and there was no excitement, no tragedy, I don't think I would have become as well known as I am.
Wembley Stadium, broken pelvis, broken back, broken hand.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, everybody knew that him potentially crashing could have been a thing. Did it make him more infamous that you didn't know if he was going to crash or if he was actually going to make it?
I think that's why people watched to find out what the outcome would be.
Yeah, because you didn't know. You just knew that this dude was a wackadoo and you loved him. So, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with watching hockey for hockey fights. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think things just happen, and we have no control over them except for our luck and our own wittiness to try and beat the elements. You might say I kind of crashed my way to success. The Caesar's Palace thing, for instance.
Caesar's Palace, broken pelvis, broken hip, broken foot, broken wrist, severe concussion.
I decided since I loved to ride a motorcycle so much that I could make a living at it, doing what I like to do, to go to the tracks and put on a stunt show. And I got hurt awfully bad.
To some, he is a hero. To others, he is a madman. But nobody can deny his courage. And if taking chances really does...
Why not both?
Some people think he's a hero. Some people think he's a madman. I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Wild World Wild World of Sports. Yep. Like, it was a big deal. I remember watching it as a little kid too.
Does produce good health. Evel Knievel will either live very long or die very young. Viva Knievel.
pretty cool.
Awesome. I have to see that movie.
Caesar's Fountains were the biggest at the time so far. They took quaint now. I even noticed them today behind the other crap. Yeah.
Well, Caesar's Palace was around before a lot of the newer hotels were around in Vegas.
Mhm.
I mean, that's been there forever. So I think this one you're about to show was the one that was in Wembley Stadium, I believe.
Yeah, the one I just showed was a little longer video, but it looks like it's just more kind of film stuff with that. So we'll move on to another one because it's like an hour long, so I didn't want to completely take over with just one video. Okay. Okay, so live from Ohio.
All right. I was wrong.
Jumps 14 Greyhound buses. Badass. And unless I'm wrong, this was the one that was at Kings Island. Kings Island. You ever heard of Kings Island?
Mm-mm.
Theme park. It was in Sandusky, Ohio. One of my favorites because it was like Hanna-Barbera themed. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, this is in the parking lot at the theme park.
Oh wow!
A mechanic who has worked a great deal on Evel's bikes over the years. It's really difficult to say for sure whether Evel will go on this run or not. A man from Butte, Montana. Began a life that could have led to imprisonment. He admittedly was a bad kid, as he puts it, and all of a sudden he said, I knew that the way I was going, I had to change, or I was in for a lot of trouble. Started out as a professional semi-pro hockey player, went into rodeo work, went into daredevil tricks, and we cannot tell you whether he will go this time or not. No, he pulls up, and he will not go this time again. One more look. Of course, he has had many successful jumps, but he has had many that have not been so successful. There was a time in Carson City.
They never gave him words of encouragement. It was always like, well, he almost died in this one.
Yep.
It was never like, go Evel, go, go. I mean, the crowd was like that, but the announcers are always like, well, he almost died on 2 weeks ago, and then...
Yep. Let's see if he almost dies again.
Yeah, let's see if he almost dies again. Thank you for the words of encouragement. I appreciate it.
When he nearly suffered fatal injuries. And then, of course, that memorable jump.
Yep, there on the bottom.
Oh,
Kings
yeah.
Island.
Yep.
I went there as a little kid. When this, I don't remember what year this was, though.
Jump.
It was 1970.
Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas in 1968. The thumb went up, indicating.
Okay, so it was 2 years before I was born, so yeah, I wasn't around. I wasn't a glimmer in anyone's eye.
Nope.
That this time, it will be go.
And was this one of his last ones? I thought it was.
He retired after this one, but then he came back out of retirement.
Okay. So he played the retirement a couple times?
Yeah, it's like a boxer. You know, they retire after the fight, and the next thing you know, they're fighting again.
Yeah.
Again, John Hood is there with Evel Knievel, discussing whatever you discuss at this moment. Evel Knievel is very intense. I talked to him a few moments ago before he came out of the van. And his total concentration now is getting that bike off the approach ramp and onto the landing ramp. And he's not hesitating. He'll go.
Nice. He nailed it.
He did.
Can you hear me, Doug? I'm going to work for it.
busted the motorcycle right in half, Frank.
Boy, it did come apart, didn't it?
Oh, and I hit mine. I know. Man,
let me just flip around on this side.
Oh,
I'm surprised we didn't hear. This is Howard Cosell
Yep.
from Wild World of Sports.
Yep. Him and Jim McKay was the other guy on Wide World of Sports.
Yep.
He was like the host.
just a little short. I'm number 14. I don't care.
Just a little short.
I did it. That's the way it is. I almost came over backwards, but I'm walking away from it. Great Joe. Thank you, Dad.
You know, can we talk to you about your thoughts?
Yes.
We can just turn you around to our handheld here.
All I can tell you is that thank you. You know, I landed on number 14. I didn't get all the way across it. This motorcycle is the finest machine in the world as far as I'm concerned. It broke in half, but it held me up, and all I can say is thanks to number 1, thanks to Harley Davidson. You've been so good to me through the years. I would like to tell all of...
So I never knew that he missed one.
Missed one what?
He said he missed one. Missed one of the buses.
Oh, really? It looked like he nailed it to me.
It looked like he nailed it to me, too. I don't know.
My favorite sentence there was, "This is the finest piece of machinery." And then his next sentence, "Well, yeah, it broke in half, but like that sounds like it's shitty piece of machinery." I mean, if you have a motorcycle, the first thing on the punch list should be make sure it doesn't break in half while you're riding it. And it couldn't even do that.
I'm sure Harley Davidson was like, you know what? Does Evel Knievel prove this? It's designed so you can break it in half by jumping buses and fire.
Is there any skill to this? I mean, it seems to me you just get on the bike, hit the throttle, and aim for the ramp.
And balls of steel.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of courage.
And then half his body at this point is probably steel because he's got steel plates and
You're
everywhere.
probably right. Yep. Right, well, I don't know. That looked like a good jump to me, but what do I know?
Yeah, exactly.
You something, though, that I want you to take on a serious thought. You saw this motorcycle with the front end high in the air. And if a man is a real professional, he has to realize that he cannot go beyond the point of no return, and a motorcycle is not an airplane. It doesn't have wings on it. I am going to continue to perform throughout this country and throughout...
Did you know motorcycles don't have wings on it, Julio?
I just learned that from Evel Knievel.
Cool.
I always wondered. Now I know.
The more you know. Dun, dun, dun.
the world with my sons, and I hope that I'll be successful at doing it. But as far as I'm concerned, I have jumped far enough. Today, I'm going to walk away from here with you, and I hope to come back and see you here at Kings Island again. And I hope to walk back and walk away again for year after year after year. And I feel that's being a professional. That's what I'm going to do.
I didn't get what he was saying.
Abel, you have to be a little bit
I don't know. He's retiring, kind of.
Not retire. It was very confusing.
Because it sounded like he's like, well, I'm retiring, but once a year I'm going to come back and jump something.
Yeah, wasn't exactly
You know what I mean?
wasn't exactly the Lou Gehrig speech, but whatever.
Because he would jump stuff, what, once a year? Maybe twice a year?
Yeah, his big jumps like once a year because they were big events.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind that he performed in front of Wembley Stadium. 90,000 people went. Did he have an opening act, do you think? Or was it just the jump?
Probably not. Probably just the jump, right?
I guess I love Evel Knievel. I don't know that I would have gone to just see him jump something. But...
Really? Oh, if I was able to, I mean, I was not alive during this time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had the
right.
opportunity and I was there, I would have went and saw him.
That's true. You know, if my mom got us tickets when I was a kid, I would have thought it was cool. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because you're right. He was a folk hero. He was.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say somebody to look up to because it was just one of those things where it was like he was a superhero.
Yeah,
it's like, how does this guy do this? Like, why does he do it this way?
He was beyond like, I want to be that guy when I grow up.
Yeah,
you're like, this guy. It's unattainable to be this guy, so he takes on like hero status.
Yeah, like not everybody's going to have the balls and the intestinal fortitude to do it. So It's like he was on his own stratosphere.
Yep. Maniac, madman, as they said.
Yeah.
Saved. I know how tight you were, how tense you were, although you made some really good practice jumps this afternoon. We're going to take a look at it on the replay, and you perhaps tell us where it went right, where it went wrong. It never goes wrong when you make it, does it?
Well, Frank, you can see here the whole side of the motorcycle is busted up, and when I came off a takeoff, I was a little bit crooked. I tried to get straightened up. The horsepower dragged just a little bit, but boy, it came on strong. When I got up in the air, I felt the front end come just...
Wait a minute. The bike was busted up before he jumped?
Yeah, and he said what did he say?
I thought it might have busted up when he came down, but he's saying it was busted up before.
Derek, it's the greatest piece of machinery in the history of mankind. Except for the part where it breaks in half, and when you pull the throttle and it doesn't kick in.
Number one, trying to convince me to jump the buses. Number two, trying to convince me to jump the buses with a messed up motorcycle.
Straight up and almost underneath me and go over backwards, and I thought, oh boy, the same thing's going to happen that happened, but look at that front end. I almost lost it, but boy, that suspension held. I lit right on top of that 14th bus and went on down and landed okay, and right there I'm saying, boy.
We'll take another angle, another look at it from another angle, Evel, and
I don't think I've ever had the front end so high, Frank.
You and I'll see it, but at least our audience can see it. And it probably was the highest you've ever done.
It's still the little needle in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Kings Island. That's like the kind of their logo, kind of. Like
Okay.
it was in the middle of the park, so it's kind of fun seeing that because I used to go there when I was a little kid.
That's cool.
Front end with out.
I'd have gone another 3 feet, it looped over backwards on me, so I'm glad it came down when it did. You know, I hit the takeoff ramp. Roger Raymond is my tuner. He's won Daytona more than any man in the world, and Roger fixed this thing so to go as fast as it'd go, and he said to me before I left, remember, it's a motorcycle that don't have wings. It'll fly only as far as you can will it, and I'm glad it came down because it was just ready to come over backwards, but we hung on to it, and we got it done, and I've had some great help through the years, Frank, I'll tell you that.
Let's ask you one more time, Evel. Now, you said you would continue to jump, but that's it in terms...
That was money that was just like tucked, right?
I don't know.
Was that a paint job?
I'm not sure.
That's it in terms of distance. You would continue to jump, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it done, and I've had some great help through the years, Frank, I'll tell you that.
It looks
yeah,
like
that's
real money
right there.
Huh. Maybe it's his lucky.
Let's ask you one more time, Evel. Now, you said you would continue to...
I think those are fake because those look like $1,000 bills, but they could be like it's those fake bills that they give you, like the Christians when you go to like a park or a fair or something.
Yeah.
You ever have that where it's like a fake $1,000 bill or something?
Almost like a token at Chuck E. Cheese, but it's yeah. I'll tell you what, I would have been. I guarantee you, I watched this because if I saw Evel Knievel and the Harlem Globetrotters were on Wide World of Sports, I was right in front of the TV on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This was Saturday afternoon, I think.
Yeah,
Saturday.
it was. I don't. Was it ever at night? I thought it was always during the day.
I remember it being during the day.
Yeah. But yeah, if it was on, I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But I must have seen him. This is 75, so he retired, and I'd seen him when I was a little kid. So I don't know if those were like replays or if he came back and did some stuff. I think he came back.
I don't know. You may have been watching replays, but you may be right.
Yeah.
Continue to jump, but that's it in terms of distance.
I have jumped far enough. I don't, under any circumstances, want to jump any further. I will continue around the country with safety shows with these vehicles that I have, and I'll do everything that I can to try and make a contribution to the youth of this country. I think I have a tremendous responsibility, Frank, and
you have quite a following. Let's have a look at this, Evel. What is this, a little artistry that you've come up with?
This gas tank was done for me by a friend of Roger's named George Seidlack. You can see the chuckles and the $200 bills, and the gas tank says, "Are you man enough, big and bad enough?" And color me Lucky and Evel and Harley Davidson's on it, and I'll tell you, I'm very proud of it. He did color it Lucky, and I made it okay.
Indeed you did, Roger. I had just a chance to visit with you just before the jump. You got to be proud of the happening.
Well, I am, Frank. Everything went the way we wanted to. We kind of broke the back of the motorcycle a little bit, but I'm tough from this iron. I'm tough from this iron, Roger. I have to tell you that.
I think it's funny is the people behind him are more wanting to be on TV than like hanging out with Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
You notice that? Because they're all just like,
Trying to get in the shot. Yep.
Like, I'm on TV. I'm on TV.
Take one more look at it, Evel, if you want to see it one more time from this other angle. Look here. It got a little bit crossed up on takeoff because of the power. But there it comes past that Eiffel Tower, and down she goes, and boy, I'll tell you, it landed with that front end on that number 1. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect jump. Frank, it was a bit satisfied. I don't want to do it again. If you missed it, and I don't want to watch you do it again. Frank, I'd like to say something before we get off the air. You've been a friend and a great guy for my backbone when maybe I didn't have it. I want to thank you personally for it. Glad to be with you. Okay, Frank. Thank you.
Just make out already, you two. Jesus. His last stunt was done in 1980. So you must have been watching reruns.
I had to have been watching reruns or something because I definitely watched Evel Knievel stuff. And why are you not wanting to? All right. It's crazy that they were playing reruns when I was a little kid.
They'd replay stuff on Wide World of Sports all the time. I remember seeing
that's right.
Same jumps, same Harlem Globetrotter games.
Okay, so this is a roast of Evel Knievel, and this is Don Rickles roasting him.
I love Don Rickles.
Don Rickles, as you know, this year all the networks created the Family Hour, and for Don, they created the Animal Hour. Best man in the world, Mr. Don Rickles.
I really don't like you, Evel. I never did. You're annoying with your dummy motorcycle doing your trick-or-treat jobs off walls. Who cares? Senator, I'm terribly sorry about the election. You should have been president. I would like to kiss your knuckles and just be with you all the time, because to sit in Arizona and watch a coyote die, to me, is fun. I had a broad once, used to hang around Arizona, just lay in the damn desert going, oh. God bless you, Senator. I mean this sincerely. You will be taken to your car, as always, and good luck to you in the Congress. I know that you sit there every night and go, what are they voting on? I kid you, Senator. Anyway, that's why you weren't president. You'd never laughed. You ought to be like Ford, wear the suit that doesn't fit. Now, I'd like to say, notice the way Goldwater went. That was a good one. Now, it's good to see you, Isabel, the wonderful black lady down on the end. I kid about black people. We need you people, really we do. I always kid the blacks. My friend Harry Goings.
That was Mrs. Jefferson, right?
I think so. Yep.
Wheezy Jefferson?
Wheezy.
My dearest friend, he's been with me 22 years. He's black, and he's not here tonight, unfortunately. He was on safari, and a tiger ate him. You know what the blacks do? They run in front of the leopard going, here come a tiger, Mr. Lipschitz. Senator Goldwater went, I gotta use that sometime. I kid my dear friend Dr. Joyce Brothers. I wouldn't let you treat my nails. Gabe Kaplan, my landsman, that means a brother of my people, also a Jewish boy. Had you known Evel personally, you could have been up close. But unfortunately, as my people say, love thyself as thy love thy Kader. Thy rabbi will bring thee to thyself, with thy faith. Notice? Goldwater went, that's true. God bless you, Nipsey. When you get a chance, the hotel has to be clean. Tonight is your night, Evel. Evel Knievel and you, William Conrad. You're a heavy man, Bill. You're going to swell up and die. Listen to me. Don't you worry, Evel. You'll never die. You had your shot at it. course, to you, I really mean this, Glenn Campbell. You've been my favorite. When the wife and I sit at home, we play all his albums. Saturday night with you, sitting around the house going, my brother knows, my father knows, they're so down, my lip, my brother can't die. Three clowns in the back went, sing it, boy, sing it. You dummies, you're gonna die singing those cowboy songs. Do what Dean does. Everybody. Somebody pull the cord on Dean so his lip works. Of course, my idol, Milton Berle. God bless you, Milton. What a night for you. You've been such a great star over the years, and now we're going to put you in a home. No, it's only a joke. And Jackie Cooper, I'll never forget when Wallace Beery said, gee whiz, kid, I love you. Gee, Chip, I want to be Chip. I want to be with you, Chip. Get away from me, kid. Get away from me. Cold water went, that's damn good. Ruth Buzzy is made up in her costume. I'm sorry. That's really Ruth Buzzy, folks. This is what you call a mercy date. She's a lovely actress.
Good old Don Rickles. Pulled no punches.
She will be in the state hospital running through the halls going, want to see my kite? Charlie Callis, a great star. I spoke to the Mayo Clinic, and they want your tongue put in a jar. But I do want to say, this has been a great night. Evel Knievel, we've met each other. I was here when, unfortunately, at Caesar's Palace, when you hit the wall and the ambulance driver went, he crashed. You're a great hero, Evel. Really, you are. Either that or you're dumb. Take a motorcycle and jump over 12 trucks while the Jewish promoter's going, he'll never make it. And the Italian's going, 8 to 5, he clears the trucks.
The Jewish promoter's like, you'll never make it.
And the color guy going, don't, man, you're going to die. Is this too fast, Senator? Don't write letters, folks. We cover them all. That's the whole thing, to have an American hero. When I was a kid, Jack Armstrong was my hero. Now we have you in your Tutti Frutti suit. You're married how many years now, Evel? 16 years. I just can picture him just sitting with the wife every day. She goes, do it to me!
The one girl with the hairnet, I think that's a character that she plays, and she's
Ruth Buzzy.
fucking losing it.
Ruth Buzzy was always looked like that in everything she was in.
Okay.
That was like her look. It's so sad. I know all these. It's like bringing me back to like being 8 years old.
Yeah.
7 years old.
Pretty wild.
Yep.
The myth is Dino was never actually drunk.
They
he always acted like it.
They interviewed him on that, and he said he did drink, but he wasn't like a drunk. It was a bit. Because you never saw him anywhere without a cigarette in one hand and a drink in the other. That was like his whole thing. But it was an act.
But then I've also seen, who was it? Somebody said that like toward the end of his life, he would just sit at a bar and just be at the bar the whole time.
No.
So it was like, how did, like, he enjoyed his beverages.
Well, the good thing about that act that he had, like being drunk all the time, is he actually could be drunk if he wanted to be. Just say, well, I'm acting like it.
Because he never really had any mishaps, right? Where he was supposed to perform, and like he was so hammered he couldn't.
I don't think so. Like his answer to that question was that he goes, I'd like a drink here and there, but not to excess. That's what he says.
So he'd probably baby the shit out of something. He'd probably have some scotch or something and baby the shit out of it.
Or it might not even be booze. Could be iced tea or something that looks. Who knows what it was?
Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's the whole theory. Because he outlasted most of them, right?
Yeah, he was around for quite a while. You're right.
So, like, if he was drinking that much, he probably been one of the first ones to die. But I think he was one of the last ones.
Some people are built to last, Eric.
Yeah.
Never know. It's genetics.
You know, I make jokes about you, Evel. Why? Because it takes a great deal of courage to do what you do, to jump over canyons, jump over trucks, get a job like everybody else. Stop annoying people with your trick-or-treat jobs. May I say to all of you, to you, Evel, thank you for making me fly up on Dean's plane. We had a Piper Cub with a rubber band on his nose. Somebody blew on us and we took off. It's a great trip, and you are one of the cheapest Italians I have ever known. Sinatra's going to hear about this. Frank couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately, because this wasn't exciting. But unfortunately, he's in Salerno going, I did what I was told. Notice, Senator, how I made it Salerno? Because I know you're taking notes. To you, Evel, good luck. Continue your great courage, no matter what you do. Just
see that. Okay, right here. So right here is an example of how it was then versus now.
Yeah, you can roast everybody.
You could roast anybody, and people would be in on the joke because they knew that once they had the opportunity, they were going to roast your ass.
Yep, and Don Rickles was the king of that. He constantly race-based comedy, nonstop.
And they had a politician up there with him.
I know.
He never made fun of the fact that he was a Democrat or Republican. He made a fact like, oh, he's going to use that bit. Oh, did you get that? Like, you know what I mean? Like he never made it like left or right. He just made the fact that he was a politician.
Yep. He just
now
told
you have
jokes.
to pick a side, and it's like, why? Why do I have to do anything? I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, Don Rickles hated everybody, so he was.
Well, that's why I was saying I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally.
Yep.
live, enjoy life, and pass on to all our youngsters, men and women, your great courage. I love you.
Hey, he had some kind words at the end to tell him.
Yep. Hey, Uncle Johnny.
Some guy named Johnny Carson interviewing Evel Knievel on The Tonight Show. February 14th, 1973. I was never around.
I would have been 5.
I was born January of 77. My parents were probably still in high school.
Oh, isn't that cute?
No, it's here. My dad was 52, 62. Oh, no, they would have been out of high school, but they would have been like 20, 21.
Have you met? It's not E-V-I-L, evil. It's E-V-E-L. I suppose he pronounces it evil, does he not?
I think he says evil.
Oh.
We'll find out when he comes out.
Get a motion picture part and you start...
You are correct.
Ed McMahon had the best job of all time.
Who always did that? Was that Saturday Night Live that would always be like, you are correct?
Yeah, it was Phil Hartman playing.
Oh, yeah, Phil Hartman.
Correct, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Correcting people.
You'll find out. The man will be out here any moment.
Well, I'm going to check with him when he comes out anyway.
Let him cycle out and we'll ask him.
That's right. He's probably the only man in history who's become very wealthy by trying to kill himself. It's true. He is somewhat of a legend. He does incredible stunts with motorcycles, and he has broken, I guess, more bones than anybody in history. And yet he keeps at this. And he's planning to jump over 50 cars this Sunday at the Los Angeles Coliseum, and it's called an Evel Knievel Spectacular. So let us meet the gentleman. Here is Evel Knievel.
What's up?
He comes in walking in like a pimp. He's got the fur coat on.
Yeah. Is that a cane he's got too? Like a pimp
like
cane?
He has a cane. I wonder if they gave them that to wear, or he actually wore that to the Tonight Show.
I'll bet you he wore it to the Tonight Show.
Stone Cold Pimp.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Johnny, I'm holding the famed walking stick. This is the hollow famed walking stick.
What do you mean, the hollow thing?
Don't you know about this?
Isn't that for getting around? I thought maybe because you busted a...
Well, it's for getting around, but I didn't want to come on the show and be second class, and since I heard that Ed was such a lush, I thought I'd bring him a little drink, and I have in here a little for you.
Oh. How
Ed was a lush.
He called him a lush. Here's some booze there, buddy.
He apparently was a lush in real life.
Was he really?
Yep.
Ed McMahon?
Mm-hmm.
He liked the spirits, huh?
Yep.
Couple of canes of that, I'll go over 50 cars. Huh? Give me another cane.
You may keep that with my coffee.
Thank you. I shall find a place for that later.
Let me ask you, did you hear me? You spell your name E-V-E-L.
Yes, I did that because really I didn't want it to be the necessary evil. And
Right.
my real name is Robert Craig Knievel,
Mhm.
and I was nicknamed Evil because I was such a good little boy, and I changed the I to an E.
Very good.
That's the way it's stated.
You don't, now that's obviously there's liquor in there, but obviously you cannot drink too much of that before you attempt to do some of the things you do.
No, I don't drink very much. However, I believe that a little alcohol in the bloodstream, for one, is much better than none at all. I think... I remember reading when I was a young man, about our first heavyweight boxing champion, John L. Sullivan. He always used to drink a lot of beer, and I love beer, and I do drink a good stiff shot of the strongest 101 proof booze that I can find before I jump. Just one shot.
That just kind of thins out the blood.
Well, it enough will sharpen you to a point, but too much is not good for you. And
Right.
one reason that I have maybe survived and maybe got up and walked.
Do you feel sharpened?
I used to always do a shot before I'd have a gig.
Oh,
It's,
really?
Yeah, it loosens you up a little bit. Since
Okay.
You're supposed to be putting on a show. You don't want to be all tightened up. So
What was the shot of choice usually before a show?
usually do a couple of shots of either Fireball or Jim Beam.
Okay.
But that was it. Well, that was it until after the second set, which was at about midnight. Then it was
Beer, anything,
shots,
anything you could
beers. Oh yeah, it was a good time.
Walked again when doctors said I never would, or lived when they said I would die, is because I have never indulged, and of course never will, in narcotics. I think that God made me to be a certain way, and that's the best way I can be, and I will never, ever indulge in narcotics. And I think that any kid in this country that thinks that he can...
What's the stuff in his hair? Is that like confetti or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
And get along better.
I think it's
by
just a
putting
hole in his curl.
narcotics into him, which
He's got a hole in his curl.
I think so.
Is this the way the light's hitting it?
Yeah.
would be like A.J. Foyt or Parnelli Jones putting nitro in an Indianapolis car, would find that he would run good for 1 or 2 laps and then explode, and that's what will happen to you. So no narcotics for me. A little beer, a little alcohol, and I get along fine.
I'm glad you said that. I'll drink to that. Now, Evel, you've been asked some of these questions, I know, but we've never met before. Why do you do these insane things? To you, maybe they're not insane. To the average person, they're crazy. Why do you do this? People say, you've heard this before, you've got a death wish, that the flirtation with death and so forth.
Well, first of all, about the death wish, I do have a death wish. I hope to live to be 110 and die. I don't care whether it's on a golf course or in bed. One or the other makes no difference. As far as why I do what I do, there are 3 mysteries to life. That's where we came from, why we do what we do, and where we're going to go. Johnny Carson doesn't know the answer to any of those 3 things, and neither does Evel Knievel.
true.
So it's a question that can't be answered.
Yeah, but I know sitting here, you see, that I'm not gonna die. Yeah, I've died here many times, but I mean... yes, but you see, what you taking a motorcycle and jumping 50 cars is hardly the same as a fella going down to Tom McCann
Well-
and fitting some shoes. See,
Let me
that's true.
Let me look at it from my point of view. First of all, when I get on the Harley Davidson that I ride, I have a helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
I have fresh air on my face, which keeps me more mentally alert than maybe a guy in a car. I have both hands and both feet on the controls at all times. There's nobody coming in the opposite direction that I'm going. And I fall in that age category where my reactions are quicker than some of the 70 and 80-year-old people that drive an automobile. And I would say, when you really look at statistics and all the jumps that I've made and the times that I have fallen off,
He throws shade on old elderly people.
He did. He's like, this fucking old people can't drive. It's safer jumping 50 cars than it is getting behind one of them old people.
I mean, it did sound like that.
Pretty much what he was saying.
that your chances of getting killed in an automobile by taking a trip to the shoe store are maybe just as great as my chances of being killed jumping the motorcycle over the 50 automobiles if you should get hit by someone. And life is a chance itself. I figure that God put me here to be the best, to live the best, and to do the best that I could. Where there is little risk, there is no reward, and I like to live like a king. I never had much of an education, so I take the risk for the reward, and I'm happy for it.
Well, that's a good attitude. But we're going to show them some film. Now, this is an attempt, and I say attempt because, as you well remember, it was not successful. Some of you may have seen this film before. This was a jump that you made at Caesar's Palace. When was this, a couple of years ago?
It was several years ago. I tried to jump over the Caesar's
fountains?
Palace Hotel, the fountains in front of Caesar's Palace, yes.
What happened? You will see the film in a moment, but...
Well, when I took off, the motorcycle landed short and went head-on against the landing ramp and ripped the handlebars out of my hands, and I went over the top of the motorcycle, and I bounced for 60 yards into the Dunes parking lot. And
they charge you $2.50 an hour there.
Well, I'll tell you, the Caesar's Palace people treated me great, but the Dunes didn't even pay me for making an appearance.
Didn't even? You were right there in their lot. We're going to show you this film. It's in slow motion. It runs about a half a minute. You'll have to watch the monitors in the studio. And here's the gentleman who just said it's probably safer than driving to the shoe store. Watch the film.
That's if you don't fall off.
Yes, there you go.
This film was shot for me, Johnny, by John Derrick and Linda.
Now, you were short.
This is the going over the handlebars and landing on my back on the pavement.
Ah, fuck.
Now, the motorcycle hit me 2 or 3 times as I was rolling along the pavement. I'm caught right in between the front wheel and the back wheel there.
That's Wembley?
I don't know where that was. It's hard to watch that. I mean,
I was like, because the next video I've got is Wembley.
Oh, okay.
So we might see a little bit more.
Then it hit the wall.
Like his
Went
body
up over the top of the wall and it caught on fire.
Yeah.
You must have been going, what, 80, 90 miles an hour at that time?
Yes, I was. It ripped the leathers away from me, and it's an accident that I'll never forget. It's something that nearly killed me, I tell you.
That is incredible. What? Do you remember anything about it?
Yes, the helmet I wear is a full coverage helmet. It covers me down here. It's a special built helmet for me by the Harley-Davidson people. And
Caesars?
Okay. Is the only thing, actually, that I can credit saving my life. And I think that anyone that rides a motorcycle without any kind of a helmet, I don't care what kind it is, that they should wear a helmet. And I remember looking out that opening in that helmet, and I thought, God almighty, will I ever stop bouncing? Because I was just rolling along, and when I finally hit the wall, I was not unconscious. I rolled over, and I couldn't move my legs, and I knew that my pelvis was broken, and I took my helmet off. And, the last thing I remember when I got in an ambulance, there were 2 little colored boys were in the crowd, and they had a huge crowd. The strip was closed for a couple hours when that jump was made. These 2 little colored boys came up as I was being put in the ambulance with my wife, who was going with me to the hospital, and they crossed their fingers and put their hands over their hearts when I was being hauled away, and that's the last thing that I remember from 2 little black boys.
Isn't that nice?
Before I went to the hospital.
And you broke your pelvis in this jump.
And my hips.
And your hips.
That's how I began to carry the cane, yes.
And you're going to do this again?
Well, I've done it several times. That's not the only time I missed that jump. I've missed a jump like that 14 or 15 times, and been hospitalized several times because of it.
Oh, yeah, Scorpio.
But doesn't that...
Oh, yeah, for
well, we'll
sure.
talk about it when we come back.
Action figures,
incredible
T-shirts,
man.
all kinds of stuff.
Backing out of the garage, to me, is a big, traumatic experience. I drove on the lawn sprinkler once, and I haven't driven since. Here's a mouthwash. It's not a mouthwash. It's not... No, this is not... It's to wash mice. It's not a mouthwash. It's effective against bad breath, but it do taste good. You just joined us. We're talking with a fascinating man, Evel Knievel, who is... was that the worst accident you ever had, that one at Caesars?
Caesar's Palace, I think it was, yes.
Yeah. What's going to happen this Sunday at the Coliseum?
Well, hopefully, I'll jump over 50 cars. I've always wanted to try and jump 50. And
Me too. That's been one of my fondest dreams.
The football field isn't quite big enough to get a run and then jump the 50 automobiles, so I'm going to pile a few of them on top of some of the others, and I'm coming down a ski jump ramp in the Coliseum that's nearly 200 feet high, And I'm going to come down it and underneath the goal posts and then across the field and off of my takeoff ramp and over the 50 cars, and then I'll open a parachute on the motorcycle and land and go out the turnstile exit of the Coliseum.
I just looked up how many total jumps he did. Evel Knievel made in his career. Evel Knievel made more than 300 jumps during his career and claimed to have broken nearly every bone in his body.
Holy shit!
God. I completely buy into it's some things are calling for people, but like a calling to get on a motorcycle and jump a bunch of shit and hopefully not die.
He's like many people we cover. He's a nutter, in my opinion.
He's just not killing he's not killing people. He's basically killing himself slowly.
You got it down pretty well there. And right into the men's room for me. Take a left and head for the men's room.
On that same day, my partner in this Evel Knievel Spectacular is J.C. Agajanian. He's the promoter of it, and we had an idea together some time ago that we'd like to stage an automobile show that could never be topped by anyone, and we are going to destroy and wreck a brand new model Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, a new Cadillac Eldorado, a new Lincoln Mark IV.
It's a demolition derby.
Another new Eldorado. It's a demolition derby with all brand new model cars. The prize money's over $25,000, and we have the greatest drivers in the world participating. Parnelli Jones, Al Unser, Joe Leonard, Roger Ward, all of the top Indianapolis
With
drivers.
all of those class cars?
Yes. The winner will receive over $7,000 first place prize money.
Well, the car's worth more than that, isn't it?
Well, they won't be.
No, that's for sure. We have a small piece of film. When we take a break, we'll come back. You practiced, or did you not practice this?
Well, I tried
ramp?
to practice, but I haven't got the motorcycle to the top of the ramp yet. The Coliseum, the ramp I'm going to use is nearly 200 feet high, and when it's wet, the motorcycle just will not go up it, and I flipped off of it and went into the grandstands. And I haven't been up the ramp yet, but I'm planning on getting up there because I got to get up there to come down.
That's right. Well, we'll have that little piece of film for you when we come back. Then we'll show you this the motorcycle and another piece of equipment. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I know I'm running the risk of getting behind in the show tonight, and I don't want to do that, but I find this so fascinating that I'm going to take a few more minutes to talk about this. You have a wife, right?
That's right. 3 children.
And 3 children. Does your wife ever say, Evel, don't do that no more?
She has learned to live and to cope with the performances, as have my children. In fact, they're down here from Montana to see this jump, and I think the one big one they're all worried about is the canyon jump. However...
You at one time wanted to jump Grand Canyon,
That's
didn't
right.
you?
The government brought an injunction against me and stopped me, so I bought a canyon in Idaho called the Snake River Canyon, and we're going to see the machine. I'll jump that canyon on. One thing I'd like to say while I'm on the show...
So they put an injunction so that he couldn't make the jump?
He couldn't attempt the jump, yeah.
That's wild.
Yep. I like that, so he just bought a canyon. So I just bought one.
This one.
If I have a chance to, there are a lot of people that can say, when I jump the canyon, if I splat against the other side, that I was crazy. I will say, if I land on the other side, I'll drop to both knees and grab a handful of Idaho dirt and thank God Almighty I'm still alive. Remember one thing, you can say a lot of things about a man. You can say he was good looking or ugly, or his wife was, or he was rich or broke, or drove a big car or a little car. But you can say nothing better about a man than his word is his bond, or that his word is as good as gold. So my wife and my children have...
Appreciate you, Doc. Yeah, I like doing old stuff too.
Me too.
But it doesn't... YouTube doesn't push the old stuff. They always push the new stuff. So that's why we changed it up to do kind of like a mixed bag of stuff. So we'll do the old stuff like toward the end and some of the new stuff at the beginning. But yeah, I could watch this stuff and deep dive all day. But YouTube just doesn't, I don't know, the people on YouTube don't really care about it. I'm not quite sure. But I appreciate you, Doc.
Prepared themselves for one thing. I'm going to jump the canyon because I said I would try it. And if I die, then I know that my children, my family, my wife will miss me. But they will be proud of me because I've kept my word, and that's something that you can say about very few men in this country or on the face of this earth today, but you're going to be able to say it about me.
Like I agree with them. Do you think that's performance art with him saying stuff like that?
Yeah, he's leaning into the superhero kind of aspect of his character, I would say. A little bit.
He would almost have to, right?
Yeah, but it's good because kids liked him. So it's good that he's saying positive stuff like this, I think.
How wide is that canyon?
It's 3/4 of a mile across, and in some spots it's 1,000 feet deep, some spots it's 2,000 feet deep. It's located right at Twin Falls, Idaho, and I'm going to jump about a mile over the canyon, right over Shoshone Falls, which is higher than Niagara Falls and the most beautiful spot in the country out there that you've ever seen.
You'll see the machine, and we're going to show you in a moment.
That's right.
Let us show now this little film clip of your practice run of trying to get up to the top of the ramp.
This is the ramp in the
Watch the
Coliseum
monitors here.
that I'm going to climb on Sunday when I jump the 50 cars. This first portion here is the truck and trailer. There you can see
There's
the
your
ramp
ramp.
going 200 feet up into the top of the Coliseum, and here
Here.
is where I've been doing the practicing to get ready, and here's my man Lee Ratliff, he and Mike Draper, and there's J.C. Agajanian wiping off. Aggie, I had a terrible time with him that day. It was raining, and he didn't want me to go, and...
Wouldn't wiping it off make it slick?
You would think so. Yeah, I don't
understand that. Because every time I like had a bike and I wiped down my things, I'm all goofy on it, like, oh, what's going on with this? Because the tires kept on like moving around the cement.
Yeah, well, I
Unless
guess
he's
Evil
putting stick 'em on her or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Evil knows better than me, although he did say a bike that broke in half was the best piece of machinery of all time. So
I got on the helmet and I said, don't worry, I can make it up. And I started to climb up it very slowly. And when I got to the top, it spun over backwards and went down about 10 rows of seats. And I went down about 5 rows of seats, and I couldn't hang on to it.
Oh, down he went.
Back
So
to the
you
old
see,
drawing
too.
board. There's a...
Aggie gets worried. He doesn't
Yes,
like
Is that him getting yelled at? You son of a pepper! You can't make it up a ramp. You can't even go down the ramp.
you suck.
Glad we didn't have a soundtrack on that for AK. And you didn't hurt yourself, though, and you...
Well, I broke a finger, but it's a minor break for me on something.
You broke a
like that.
finger?
Yeah, this finger right here is busted, you can see.
Well, yes, it is a little strange looking. This is nothing. A man sitting here with a finger that looks like a corkscrew. And You're incredible. All right. I don't imagine you have any insurance, do you?
No, that's why I've invested in fur coats and diamonds, you might say, because I don't have insurance. But I have put away for my children, for my wife. One thing that I really like to get into it with is a guy who says, why don't you save?
And he kind of died of, I'm trying to think what he died of.
He died of, he had a lung condition. He had hep C from a bad blood transfusion.
Which is crazy that he almost died in super jumps and he died of freaking disease. What the fuck?
He made it till 69 years old, which is...
Life is not fair at all.
No.
Where this dude is jumping Grand Canyons and shit, and he died of freaking
pulmonary
cancer
disease
or something. God, what the hell's going on here?
And put away things. I had a banker one time. He said, why don't you save your money, store your Maserati in a garage, buy your wife and children a new home, take care of yourself. If I get killed in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum on Sunday, the first thing he'd try and do, he'd want to drive my Maserati, he'd want to move in with my wife, he'd kick my kids in the fanny, he'd run my little dog over the hill, he'd live in my house. I'm risking my life for it. I'm going to spend every damn dime of it, and I hope I can hold on.
Let's go and see something.
He was a different kind of guy, that is for sure.
Yep. Well, he wound up bankrupt, so there you go.
Oh, did he really?
Plot twist. Mm-hmm.
Is this, can you pick us up over here? Is this the unit you're going to try to...
This is the machine that I will attempt to jump the Snake River Canyon with. I have 2 of these. This will run 350 miles an hour.
Why do you have 2? If you don't make it, you're not going to need the other.
Well, you don't go to Indianapolis with one race car, and I'm not going to go to the canyon with one machine. This machine is powered by steam. Steam is the most reliable source of power we have in the world. Our first trains ran on steam, and I use tum water in this, which comes from an artesian well up near Olympia, Washington. It's the cleanest, coldest, purest water on the face of the earth.
This is full of beer.
No, tum water.
That's crazy.
He said scum water?
Yeah. Scum water.
It's a beautiful machine, and this is what it looks like.
Toilet water?
Actually, without the streamliner shell on it. That's what the steam jet looks like inside.
In other words, it's like a ramjet engine.
And it'll go from 0 to 350 miles an hour from a dead stop in 8 seconds flat.
Holy shit. Oh, yeah, I think everybody had that.
And I'll use
toy.
a parachute to get off with.
Well, I find you a fascinating man, and I wish you great luck with it.
Thank you, John.
Pleasure to know you.
Thank you for
Good
having me
luck.
on the show.
Hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
So a little story about Evel.
I have many sponsors in the United States, people that I'm proud to be associated with. And Harley Davidson and the Candy Chuckles that you don't have here are 2 of them that I'm very proud of.
Sponsored by Chuckles.
Chuckles.
The gummy candy.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it was like a clown or something.
Oh, you don't know Chuckle? Chuckle's a clown. You don't know what Chuckles is?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
It's like a gummy candy.
Okay. Chuckle.
That's funny. You're like, is it a clown?
Felt like a clown sponsor.
There probably is the clown's named Chuckles.
I guarantee you there's a clown named Chuckle somewhere.
You people here today have been a wonderful...
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, who are you calling you people?
Wonderful crowd. I'm glad that you all made it. And now I'm going to do my best to make it. Right across these 13 London buses, I'm going to land right on this X. You hang on to your seats, I'll hang on to the handlebars, and we'll get this over with.
It's a weird speech. He's like, if I'm announcing,
get like the win one for the Gipper type speech where it's like, "Thank you, it's the greatest day of my life."
I have never started a gig as a guitar player going, "I'd like to thank you all for coming. We're going to play some songs you should know. Let's get this over with." That's not the way to end your.
Let's get this over with.
Let's get this over with. So
I'm going to crack my back up. Then let's get to the hospital real quick. That is kind of a weird speech.
We will now check the absolute dead central location of the ramp with moving about as he likes to check the eye all the way along to make sure that the ramp is lined up exactly dead centrally. And he'll make his way over to the very top of the slide ski jump there, which is right at the very top underneath the roof over on the west end. It's a
Isn't that cheating? Because he extended it. You notice that?
Hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Right here. See how is it's extended? So is he
Is that
still
the-
gonna? Is he still gonna drive on this, or is he?
Is that the starting ramp or the ending ramp? If it's the ending ramp, maybe they just put that there in case he didn't make it and they cushion his crash a little bit.
Maybe.
Because
Because
otherwise-
it's a starting ramp, then it's like, no, you're not jumping these two.
I'm assuming it's the ending ramp because if let's say he hits the 12th bus and lands on the 12th bus and that thing's not there, his front tire will go in that divot between the 12th and 13th bus and
That's
he'll
true.
just get launched into the air and probably drop dead, which would be awesome to see. But I guess they didn't want that to happen.
to the very top of the slide ski jump there, which is right at the very top underneath the roof over on the west end. It's a 380-foot ramp, that, and it's only 4 foot wide.
It's not a good sign when your mechanic has to push you.
No, it's not a good start.
Not a good start. I should be able to get on that thing and go, and I'd be pushed.
goes without saying that every single detail of the engine tubing has to be perfect for a jump like this. And we'll make sure that everything is in tip-top condition before he goes. Jump was in Toronto, in Canada, on the same motorcycle, and that was 104 feet. This is some 36 feet longer, 36 feet longer. Evel is satisfied with the condition of the bicycle.
I know. If I was like in his position, I'd be cutting my hair and making it super like military style. Because he's got all that hair. It's got to be like annoying as hell inside the helmet.
Yeah.
I get little wings right here, and it irritates me with the freaking headphones on. I can only imagine the shit with his.
Right.
He's got the fro with the helmet.
Prepare himself to go up to the ramp and jump. On the side of his helmet it says, "Colour me lucky," incidentally, but there's not much luck about it. It's all skill all the way. Because of the particular difficulties of the stadium.
Was it skill though, or was it just nobody else wanted to do it? So
I go towards the latter. I'm not sure how much skill it takes to do what he does. I think most of the skill is in building the bike.
Yeah. I'm just saying that they're like, well, Jimmy will do it. I mean, that doesn't mean that you got the skill just because you got picked.
Right.
It is a very complicated jump. And it's restricted more than any other jump he's ever performed. Checking the ramp now to make sure again that it's dead central, that the takeoff point is absolutely clear.
I still think that some of it was performative, because you're going to tell me that he wouldn't have stunt people or safety people looking at every inch of the ramp.
Yep. No, I agree.
He has to personally look at it.
Yeah,
so I think there was some performance art to it.
Definitely.
It's like I'm sorry, like Evel Knievel is great, and I loved him, but it's like, is he an engineer? I mean, I would be like, where's the engineer at? We need to check, make sure this shit's working properly.
Right. Have my boy check the ramp before I.
Yeah, give me an expert. Don't give me. A friend of a friend kind of knows.
Well, the fans are there to see Evel, so Evel's putting on a little show.
I put together a doghouse, so you're hired.
For obvious reasons, at this point, I'm going to come down from here. lined everything up that we wanted to.
He tricked us. We're angry.
He did. He's building anticipation.
Yeah. I mean, Doc, I feel the same way. Wouldn't you be packing your own parachute? I mean, yeah, but I'd still want an engineer to look at that shit. Stop playing with my damn emotions, Evel Knievel.
Yeah, I agree with him. Let's get this over with. I agree with him now. His speech was appropriate. Jump the fucking buses, asshole.
Every single detail of the jump on this particularly long and narrow approach ramp has to be checked to the minutest detail. And if he doesn't feel that it's exactly right on any particular occasion, because on this particular ramp, as you will see, there is no possibility. Once committed to the jump, he has no way of coming off the ramp, or there's no escape platform.
What are you crying about this time, Evel? The thing is not straight.
The announcer's doing a great job, though. He's really filling in the blank spaces.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's got to make sure it's precise.
To the most minute detail.
He's got to get his ruler out and make sure.
Very complex jump.
For him to slow down and come off, and he'll be hitting that ramp between 85 and 95 miles an hour, and coming down the bottom curve at speeds probably in excess of that. John Wood, chief mechanic. There's apparently a problem because he's changed motorcycles.
Wait, what?
And none of us are quite sure here what's happening at this particular moment in time.
I know it's not happening.
Yeah, he's got to get those gigawatts going, Doc.
Right.
He's apparently changed the bicycle because he didn't like the gearing on that particular one. As he came down the ramp and tested it, he decided to change it. So he's now happy with the one he's got, so up he goes.
Wouldn't that be kind of like, in your mind, would be kind of screwed because you practiced with one bike and then now all of a sudden you're ready to jump and you have to change bikes. So would it be kind of the back of your mind that like, okay, so it's a new bike, we've got it set up, but I didn't necessarily test everything with this bike.
That might be more, might be more showmanship too. Might be part of the act.
Maybe.
Ooh, why'd he change bikes? Ooh.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Aerodynamically, it wasn't working properly. surprised you don't have some little kid saying, "Evil, move your ass."
Right. At this point, if I'm in the crowd, I'm getting annoyed. Like, all right, asshole. Let's go.
Move your ass, Evel. Commit to that shit.
Look how long that ramp is. It's insane.
Yeah, I know. Next time you're at a stadium, just be like, "Oh yeah, Evel Knievel literally had a ramp going up the frickin' walk for the second bowl."
Right,
basically.
Right, going from the upper deck all the way out to midfield.
He runs the motorcycle up the top there with his mechanics. He will come down the ramp again as soon as he's ready.
You better be ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
He's ready.
What's funny is the crowd's doing the same thing we're doing. Come
Yeah.
on,
Yep.
jump your ass.
All of this is geared to the bare fact that this is probably the most dangerous jump ever attempted. And if you have any doubts about its danger, I can only promise you to go and stand up at the top of that tower and look down across the full length of this ramp and realize that this is a world record attempt in height ramp, and that every single possibility is being made and every precaution is being taken to make sure that he has the right feeling and the right speed and the right approach.
This motherfucker.
There's gonna be a fucking riot right now. I thought, like, he was getting on it. Like, yeah. What do you think the price of admission was? Oh, $10 tops. Yeah. Even though I'm only paying $10 and yeah. Yeah, it makes me sad.
Yep.
Makes me sad.
"13 London buses. In the middle of Wembley Stadium, Evel Knievel performing in this country for the very first time, doing his longest and most complicated and most practically difficult jump in his entire life.
Whoever posted $10 was on it. It was 10 pounds. But
10
the
pounds?
tickets were 10 pounds, which is the equivalent of like $13.50 American.
Okay. Those were the days.
Mm-hmm.
Now this would be what, $50 now?
Yeah, that's probably about it. About right.
Unless you wanted like right next to Evel Knievel.
Yeah. No thanks.
I don't feel like he'd be a good hang because it's like, what would you talk about?
He seems like he would be super annoying.
Yeah. Well, remember this one time that you almost smacked your head on the guardrail?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I might have a beer with him, but it's like, okay, that's all I can do.
Knievel, who has now changed bikes, backs off the ramp. If he follows his ordinary pattern, he will go back to the top, and indeed the jump will be coming. Evel Knievel, out of Butte, Montana, 37 years old. Practically every bone in his body has been broken at one time or another over the course of his daredevil years. An amazing man. He has taken London quite by storm. I spent a couple of hours with him prior to the jump. And like any other athlete, before any other contest, obviously he was nervous. But just before he came out, made his appearance, did his thing, if you will, with the wheelies back and forth, turning on the crowd. He almost dozed off in the booth. He leaned out the window and looked at a crowd of 80,000 people. He said, what does a man have to do to get this many people together? And I looked at him and I said, Evel, you're doing it. He will be going about 90 miles an hour when he leaves the ramp. He estimates he'll cover 140 feet, 10 feet either direction, and it could be all over. Made his first jump when he was 15.
They make bikes that go way faster than that now, right? Or was it more of a controlled? Like he used certain bikes aerodynamically, because now they're going 150, 200 miles an hour.
You would think, I don't know much about motorcycles, but you'd think if you're going to jump 14 double-decker buses, you would want to be going as fast as you possibly could.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
I'm not sure.
Countless other jumps after that. In 1966, hurt himself.
Ready?
Come on. In Indio, 1967. Here's the tunnels. Here he goes, and he will go. He's down, and he is hurt. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we'd already seen the slow motion of that.
Bro, that ambulance got their lickety split though.
Yeah, it did. Let's see here.
Will all the children on the pitch please go straight back to the stands, please? Now straight back. Coming off the apparently he's coming off the stretcher and he's coming up the ramp.
This is the one where he wanted to walk, right? Where his hip basically was screwed.
Yep. So he said, I walked in, I'm walking out.
Then a great hand. A great hand from Wembley Stadium. A great hand.
I mean, he's only wincing a little bit for having a broken hip, basically.
I think he's in shock from the injury.
So he's just like, it's okay. And then after, like, he gets in the back.
Yeah, no, when I got hit by a car, and broke my leg and really badly, I remember vaguely kind of being in shock. Yeah, I mean, that's
true. But all right, let me go to another one. Let's see here.
That crowd was eating it up, though.
Yeah, they were. I got this one. Let's see here.
Well, that jump that I jumped at the Cow Palace, I think it was 13 vans or 15 vans. Anyway, one of the Hills Angels threw a tire iron at me and a piece of steel of some kind. I mean, these guys are dogs. They belong in penitentiaries. They're murderers, they're thieves, they're drug dealers. I don't care about the riding of the motorcycle. One of them threw the tire iron at me, and I saw this little standing there in the middle of the floor giving me the peace sign, the finger.
And I always wanted to punch one of them anyway. So I revved my motorcycle up and I threw it into a slide and I knocked this over tea kettles. All of a sudden, about 500 people jumped out of the grandstands and they grabbed these 4x4s and these 2x4s and they absolutely beat the hell out of these Hells Angels.
It's like WWE style.
Yeah. By God.
It's like a steel cage match.
They beat those Hells Angels to death.
Damn.
I hate their guts and I hate what they stand for. And I want everybody to know they are not accepted by motorcycle people. We don't like them.
Jack Ferreter, an old friend of Evel's from Montana, was there during the brawl with the Angels. But that wasn't his only concern that night.
I could tell that the motorcycle wasn't operating proper. I mean, you could tell by the sound of it. And when he was shifting the gears and this and that, it was something, he wasn't hitting on all cylinders. And that particular night, I could see the beads of sweat popping off of his face. As it turned out, he made it. And nobody could believe he did it, but when he hit, he blew the tire on the back end of that bike, exploded on him. And that threw him into a turmoil, into a tumbling situation. He bounced off of one pillar and then onto another one. And I said, oh, man. I thought for sure, and everybody in that place thought he was...
The one thing I never understood is, I understand you can't have it near the jump where he's landing. But once you get, 50 feet from the landing, why they didn't have pads and shit?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Pads existed back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's a good point.
I never understood that. The Cow Palace?
Mm-hmm. That's what San Francisco, I think, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did. When I went and seen him in the hospital, I said, Evo, I can't believe you did that. And he says to me, and looked me right in the eye, and he says, what the hell did you want me to do, give them their money back? So that's what we're talking about. That's the kind of a guy we're talking about.
That's cool. Okay, let's see here.
Now a gentleman who...
Okay, so this is, as far as I know, this is the guy that wrote the book. Evel interviewed in depth by Sheldon Saltman.
Who has risked his life dozens of times and collected more cracked bones and ribs than a hospital ward full of patients. Some of those injuries came from his most spectacular stunts, trying to jump over the fountains at Caesar's Palace, 13 buses at Wembley Stadium in London, trying to leap the Snake River Canyon in Idaho. Would you please welcome my first guest tonight, America's foremost daredevil, in fact, the world's foremost daredevil, Mr. Evel Knievel. Evel? When you called me on Saturday, you expressed a concern over the attitude that's being displayed on television now about the performance of stunts. An attitude which almost accepts the fact that people are going to be very badly hurt from some of these things and may encourage other people to try them who are not qualified to so do.
That's right. I was asked to do 2 other shows and also to write an essay on the subject. I know that you have some fatherly concern in a way that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I have had a lot of flack from people and also been asked by a lot of people to speak out on it, and I thought that since I was here in New York on business that if you and I could get together and do something on it would be a good contribution to make. And I feel very strongly about the fact that the television networks in general have lost touch with all morality and all
sense of responsibility to the public concerning what they are doing to entice or induce young men into straddling a motorcycle, which is really a steel spear, and hurtling it through the air a great distance in a competitive manner, where on the other end of the ramp they can only receive bodily injury that has resulted in 3 deaths, 3 boys becoming paraplegics, 1 becoming mentally unbalanced, and another boy out in Las Vegas just 3 or 4 weeks ago who was nearly killed.
All right, let's start with that one. We're talking now about a gentleman named Gary Wells, I believe is his name. He attempted to do something which you performed some years ago at Caesar's Palace, jumping a bike over the fountains.
Yes, and they have a show out now called That's Incredible that they show different things on that they...
Yeah, I remember That's Incredible.
Me too.
Seem to think are incredible, that I myself did nearly every stunt they've ever had on that show. I did it 13 or 14 years ago. But the point is that in this country, I think the best example I could give you is we had 2 great, big, huge prize fighters at Caesar's Palace 2 weeks later, Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes, wearing thick boxing gloves, fighting. Now, our society says that if either one of those big 220-pound men looks like he has a bloody nose or a bruised eye or cannot continue, that the fight is stopped, right? Now, we also have a law in this country that says that dog fights are not allowed. And we also have a law in this country that says that cockfights are no longer allowed. I would like to know what right any television producer, sports producer, or special program producer has in this country, what moral right he thinks that he has as a human being or an inhuman human being to entice or induce a young man because he rides a motorcycle to lose his life when we have laws to protect other people and other things like I just talked about.
All right, but let me just try this on you. Why was it all right for you to appear on a national television hookup attempting to jump the Snake River Canyon?
I did not compete against anyone. I'm a performer. I was not being enticed or induced or offered money to jump against someone to see who could jump the furthest and see who could lose his life the quickest. And I'm saying it's wrong. And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
No, I'm just wondering, I didn't get to finish the question. What was the deal? You've already answered it. You performed that stunt for money.
But I'm a performer. My son performs with me. But as a father, I feel I have a parental responsibility to see that my son performs and performs so that he's not hurt. And I feel that we have a message to deliver to young people of this country that this is a performance that we're doing. We're not out trying to see how far we can jump before we break our back or our neck or kill ourselves. I don't want your children to do it, Tom, and I don't want them to think that I'm telling them to. I don't want anyone's child to do it. I retired in 1976, and I didn't want to continue. But my son, my youngest son, Robbie, he wants to do this. So I thought the least I could do was set up the ramps, perform with him somewhat, and try and offer him some advice. And most of all, keep my son from being used by these flesh users that are in this network television business, and I think that's what they are. And if they don't like it, they can go lump it, because that's the way I feel about it.
Well, I might say that there was an article in, I think, not the most recent issue of TV Guide, but the one before, by an associate producer for this network's program, Games People Play, in which he expressed shock at the dangerous attempts that people were being asked to make when these things had not been checked out.
For a lousy $2,500 or $5,000. Do you know that I performed in Wembley Stadium in London, England? I drew 108,000 people and made $1,008,000 cash in one day. Do you know that they are paying these kids $2,500 to go out and risk their lives and do these things? And do you know that the hospital bill alone that Gary Wells has got at Caesar's Palace from the jump that he made out there, I understand, exceeds $65,000. Now, I think that the greatest compliment a young man could ever pay me is to want to dress up and do what I did and be like I was or like I am. And I take that as a compliment. But you have to draw the line somewhere and say to yourself, I'm not ashamed I'm a daredevil. I am. But for Christ's sake, let's set some rules and some guidelines. Let's let our society make some judgments about the motorcycle jumpers just like they did about the boxers and the dogs and so on and so forth. I spent $7,000 in Seattle, Washington last year trying to bring an injunction and stop a jump contest between Gary Wells and Dale Buggins from Australia. The judge said, nobody's going to get hurt. This Knievel doesn't know what he's talking about, so I'm not going to stop it. It cost me $7,000 to try and stop it, and they offered me $25,000 just to announce it. I wouldn't accept the blood money. I wouldn't be a part of it. And I'm asking every parent that has any responsibility that's watching this show, and anybody that's connected with television, if you think that the show Network was a show that made you think about what people in television might do for money, you really don't know the whole truth. It's a lot worse than what the Network show was.
Yeah, that's a strong allegation, and I want to ask you something about that, but I have to do a commercial here first. We'll continue from New York with Evel Knievel right after these announcements. Be back in about 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Tom Snyder.
Back now with Evel Knievel, this producer for Games People Play, excuse me, who wrote...
Okay, so do you think that because Evel Knievel captured the market of being a daredevil, that he felt like people like infringing on his gig, basically? He didn't go out and say it, but do you think he's serious about like people getting injured and producers? But he did it himself, so
I think he's
there's
serious.
A little bit of
what, hypocrisy? Maybe?
No, yeah, like I'm the only game in town, pal.
Maybe, yeah. I think he's sincere and like saying, look, he doesn't quite say it like this, but like I've risked my neck to do this. That doesn't mean, you all should. But because I guess parents are, trying to blame him. Oh, my son tried to jump and broke his leg, and it's because of Evel Knievel. No, it's because you didn't keep an eye on your kid, you dumbass, right?
That's a good point, Doc.
The article in TV Guide. So the thing that frightened him the most was that the mail from the audience was running favorably.
Yes.
For Games People Play, that's incredible. Other shows where there are challenges and stunts.
It goes back to the old cliche that the Christians and the lions. I mean, our society seems to want to see that kind of a thing until they are horrified by something that happens and they don't want to see.
Something, it really comes back to the producers and the promoters and the entrepreneurs to have some kind of honesty and some kind of morality. It really doesn't depend upon the audience. It depends upon the producers of those programs. Remember the guy who wanted to put a man in a cage with a shark and put it on television?
Yes,
that man should be stopped. That shouldn't be offered to an audience.
And I'm not blaming the television networks in their entirety. They put faith in the producer who's producing the show. I'm saying what we need is a guideline to go by to where a man who is the head of a network can say, if this is going to happen, we're not going to show it to the public. And incidentally, ABC did do that on That's Incredible show when Gary was hurt so bad. They didn't show it. And I would like to say something concerning that particular jump. That young man, Gary Wells, just like my own son, is a much better motorcycle jumper than I am, probably than I ever was. But I think that these young fellas going out to try and prove it, it's already been done, and why risk your life to gain the fame of the world? It's just not worth it.
You do 16 buses, why do you have to do 17 or 18 or 19? And the logical answer is, well, not because they're there. You don't have to do that.
No, you don't have to do it.
Now, can we take a look at some of the... Is stunts the right word?
No, I've never been a stuntman. I've always been a daredevil.
All right, some of the... Well, now, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Some of the jumps that I've attempted.
All right, fine. We've got some videotape that Evel brought over from ABC, and they'll be popping up on this monitor right here.
And I have spent nearly 4 years in the hospital from some of these accidents.
All right, here's the first one.
This was in San Francisco at the Cow Palace, and I went over the handlebars and right out the back door and hit the wall. And this is at Caesar's Palace, where I landed in the middle of the ramp, but when I went over the handlebars, I broke both of my hips and my pelvis. And if I hadn't had that helmet on, I'd have torn my head completely off. I had a terrible brain concussion, and the motorcycle hit the wall that separates the dunes from Caesar's Palace, split my clothing wide open, and caught on fire, and I was very lucky I wasn't killed. This jump is in London, England. It was over 13 buses.
and it was one of the most horrifying experiences I had. I tried my best to hang on, and that motorcycle got on top of me and just ate me alive.
Ooh.
But this is at Kings Island in Ohio. I said 13's unlucky, I'm going to try 14, and I made 14, and that's the last one that I made.
Where have you been? I haven't seen you on television doing anything for the last 4 years.
Well, this is a tough business. In 1976, I tried to jump some sharks in Chicago, and I broke both of my arms. I missed that jump. I quit for a while, for a couple of years, and I've gone back to work with my son. We've been to Australia and to Puerto Rico, and Tom, when I say it's a tough business, unless I go and get on a motorcycle and bust my ass, or unless I take a ball bat or a gun and bust somebody else's, you don't hear anything about me, so it's a pretty tough business. But I have been performing quite a bit, but I haven't been hurt. In fact, I'll be in Mexico City next week for a performance.
The last thing I heard you were going to try was out of an airplane at 40,000 feet. There was an article in one of the news magazines about a year ago that you were going to try that.
I had worked for 5 years on a stunt to jump from an airliner at 40,000 feet without a parachute into one of 13 haystacks into a gambling casino parking lot in Las Vegas. The FAA had quite a bit to say about that, but at the time that I said I was going to do that, at the time I said I was going to do it, I was drinking a lot of bourbon they call Wild Turkey, and I thought I could fly. And I had a bad case of hay fever. I figure if I miss the haystack, I'll cure the hay fever. So, but since then, I quit drinking and sobered up, and I don't think I want to try that stuff.
I was going to say, if you try that, they would be writing about you in the papers the next day on the obituary page. That's a tough one to do. I've got commercials waiting. We'll be back with Evel Knievel and tell you about the rest of this week right after. Some years ago, I wanted you to come on and explain what happened during what I will refer to as the incident. Now, you know what I'm talking about with the baseball bat.
Yes.
Did you go out of your mind there?
No, I didn't. I have some very strong moral convictions that I have to live by, and I'm not saying that I'm right. I could be wrong. However, for 15 years, I've risked my life in this country jumping a motorcycle and being a performer. I wore a red, white, and blue uniform, and before every show, I did what I call a battle against the use of narcotics to the young people in this country. I think that any man who peddles heroin, he can do it once if he's caught, but the second time he's caught, I think he should be put to death.
Damn.
That's pretty strong. Pretty strong moral code.
Who's put to death?
Secondly,
if you get caught dealing heroin, then you know, whatever. The second time you get caught, he thinks that you should be put to death.
How did he get on that? Was he dealing heroin?
Well, Tom Snyder asked him about the baseball bat incident, and Evel Knievel's kind of explaining how he can justify beating a man with a baseball bat. Somehow he got on heroin, but I'm sure he'll get back into the bat bit.
Oh, gotcha.
I spoke to all your children against the use of narcotics, about what it could do to them, and against abusing themselves with alcohol. I had a man who worked for me for a number of years, who became a trusted and loyal and loved friend. That man wrote a book about me and said that I was a user of narcotics, said that I hated my mother, and at the end of the book called me a son of a bitch. Now, if I did not think there was a much stronger judge someday that I will stand before called God than the judge.
I wonder if those were exact words, a son of a bitch.
Kind of makes you want to read the book. Hey, speaking of Evel Knievel projects, I just learned they're working on a biopic that began shooting this summer, starring Leo DiCaprio.
Interesting. So Leo's going to play Evel Knievel?
I guess so.
Huh.
Judge I stood before in that courtroom in Santa Monica, California. I would have killed that lousy little bastard. I broke his arms with a baseball bat, and I think that's just what he deserved. I'll guarantee you one thing. He doesn't write anything else about me.
But if you believe in the Constitution of the United States of America, and if you believe in all the principles of our country...
It says if you feel tread upon or oppressed, you have the right, no, not the right, but the obligation to revolt, and I did.
No, redress of grievances.
Whatever.
Well, do you think...
you justify your way.
Details.
Yeah, it's all hibbity-jibbity.
Hibbity-jibbity.
Justified it my way. God created all men, and baseball bats and Winchester made them all equal, and that's just the way I look at it.
Well, but I mean, you really can't believe what you're saying, that if somebody were to write something about them, you have the right to go after him with a baseball bat?
I think I did him a favor by going after him with a baseball bat.
Well, what about suing him for libel or for slander in a court of law and extracting him?
Yeah, Doc, interesting how this was 1980, and we're talking about the same exact thing. It's crazy, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Monetary damage from this man.
Well,
I mean, Evil, if we were
I'll
all...
I'll tell you how that works. I'll tell you how that
Can
works.
I just finish this one thing?
Okay.
Please.
Since it's your show, I'm going to let you go
Okay.
ahead.
I mean, if everybody in this country who felt slighted or wronged for some reason decided to go after the perpetrator with a baseball bat, we'd be in a hell of a fix here. People would be out with baseball bats every day.
There may be some people that should probably be out with baseball bats. It might straighten a lot of things out better than it does in the court of law today, and I'll give you an example of that. I fired a lawyer in that courtroom in Los Angeles and went to jail for 5 months and 22 days because I wanted to plead guilty. This lawyer...
I mean, a baseball bat is pretty trusty.
And cheaper than a lawsuit.
Yeah. Because unless you directly just go after their head, you'll mess them up, but you're not going to kill them.
Well, here's a plot twist. He did swing at his head. The guy blocked it with his arms. That's why his arms broke.
Because of our system, even though I knew I hit the man with the baseball bat and that I was guilty, said that I could stand up, raise my right hand, and say...
We would be a lot more polite, for sure, Doc.
Yeah.
I swore to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. And then he said, now, because I'm your lawyer and you live in the United States, even though you took an oath to God, you can say not guilty. I don't think that way. I took an oath to God, I was guilty. I hit the guy, and that's all there was to it, and I went to jail. And I would do it again.
Yeah, but if you're a
You said
man
he
who
went to jail for
believes
like
in the
6
Lord...
months, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
where it
I
says
do.
turn the other cheek.
He was probably treated like a king too, because all those inmates probably knew exactly who it was.
I'm sure they liked him. Yep.
That's out the window when the guy writes this about you in the
I
book?
also believe an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
You really believe that?
Yes,
You're
I
really
do.
that tough. There are no mitigations, no room for error in that.
There might be, but at the time, because of the 15 years.
I do think. I mean that the news guy does ask pretty good questions, but it almost seems like all the psychopaths went to him.
Well, Tom Snyder had some great interviews. His show was on, I believe, at 12:30 at night or in the morning. After Johnny Carson's show. Johnny Carson went 11:30 to 12:30, and then Tom Snyder or something like that, and Tom Snyder would come on afterwards.
Okay,
This is the
yeah,
first
he had Evel Knievel, Charlie Manson,
He had Johnny Rotten on the show.
Johnny
That was-
Rotten.
I've never seen him interview
And the
somebody
40
without a cigarette in his hand, though. He's usually always smoking.
We should deep dive him because he had
Tom Snyder?
he had some great freaking interviews.
Yep.
Years in hospitals, and the belief I had, and what I'd spoken out against, and the truth and the confidence and the faith I put in this man for what he did to me, I felt that I let him off easy.
Did the book really sell that many copies that a lot of people read it?
No, but that didn't make any difference to me. It was a personal thing, and unless it's done to you, you could never understand it, Tom.
I'll grant you that. But I'm one of those people who believe that baseball bats ought to be used in baseball parks against pitchers when they throw the ball. I'm not one of those who believe in
Maybe
hitting people
not,
with
but if a
baseball
guy
bats.
walks up and punches you, you might
Oh,
think
then I'd
he's
think it-
serious, okay?
then I'd take it
I'm going to tell you
serious.
something. If he hits you with a ball bat, you're going to know he's serious.
Except that it just seems to me to be a little extreme. You know, you don't mind my saying that. That seems to me to be extreme.
You better watch your mouth there, Tom
I'm
Snyder.
Evel Knievel, and
You
I
better
guess
watch your
in some
tone,
cases
Tom
He hit
Snyder.
you with
How did you
the
get so
fucking bat.
This evil
I just did.
Knievel.
I just did, and I wish it hadn't happened, but it happened, and I've got to live with it for the rest of my life, and I will.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for calling me this weekend, and I hope that you've expressed the message loudly and clearly about the most important purpose of your visit here tonight, these unnecessary blood stunts on television for profit in the name of
I
competition.
think we need some writing of letters to our congressmen and our senators, and I think that we need some help from the networks to draw a line of morality concerning misusing the lives of young men when it comes to the point to where they could become crippled or killed.
And
Or
if
else you
anybody
get the
asks me
bat.
what I think of Evel Knievel,
What was that?
Or else you get the bat.
Yeah, the consequences, pal.
Him just whomping people every few months with a bat like El Kabong from the cartoons.
And he's got to be wearing the suit as he's doing it too. Like he has to be wearing like the Elvis onesie or something.
I would like to think that.
But yeah, that's it. That's the last videos that I had. We could bet. I mean, there's so much. We could be doing this for like a million years.
Well, that was fun. Who knew? I learned a lot about Evel Knievel today, and I'm I don't know. If they do the movie, I might go see it.
Yeah, definitely.
They
I
said
mean, it has to be done correctly. It can't be just a.
They're focusing on
We're
one.
going to get rid of the American flag because it's going to hurt people.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, it said they're focusing on one specific period. They're going to focus on the time frame around the Snake River Canyon jump.
Okay, so it's going to be him like preparing for it and all that stuff. So
yeah,
but yeah.
All
So
right.
that's it. Da-da-da-da-da.
So this week, Derek, we are doing our Tuesday night show, right? But we have a special show on Thursday night, right, Derek?
Yes, we have a special show, and as long as it doesn't, schedules get changed or whatever, on Thursday we are interviewing Savage from the Salty and Savage show. He's coming here on Thursday, and we're going to talk about his. I don't know if anybody, Doc probably knows this, but some of the people in the background that don't know this is he won an Emmy. For some of his news programs that he produced and wrote for, and he owns a record store, so he's going to come and talk about records and music with us. So it's going to be pretty fun. Yep. That's going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday we're going to have our first show on Sunday is going to be at 7 p.m. on Sundays.
Move time zones or moving slots.
Time slots, because it seems like, because I was looking at the analytics and all the stuff in the background, and it seemed like there was a lot of people that couldn't make the show at noon, but they were watching later. So I wouldn't mind having some of those people be able to check out the show. So that's why we're going to move it to 7 o'clock on Sundays.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's going to be 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. And then we'll have a special show on Thursdays with Savage. And then Sunday, we're going to do 7 o'clock. So the 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and then the 7 p.m. on Sundays is going to be a normal thing.
Be there or be square.
Be there or be square. Yeah. So I got to figure out what we're gonna deep dive next Sunday.
We'll figure something out.
Oh yeah, there's so much that we can there's so much we can go into, you know.
Yep. And when I say we'll figure something out, I mean you'll figure something out.
I try to figure it out pretty quickly. That way, it gives us a few days to be able to do research, as opposed to like Saturday night coming. Hey Julio, how about we deep dive?
Okay, what?
What?
All right,
you
Derek,
crazy? I'm gonna get a baseball bat off your ass.
Evel Knievel told me I could do that.
Yeah, Evel Knievel said that. Don't do the stunts, but hit somebody with a baseball bat. So he told us to do that.
But that is a conflicting message, but okay.
It is. It is conflicting. So thank you, Scorpio. I appreciate you. Thank you, Doc, for hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everybody that's in the background that didn't chat, but I appreciate you guys watching. And then I appreciate all the people after the fact that watch. Appreciate you all. So like and subscribe. Do all that stuffs. And we will see you guys Tuesday. Bye.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove